I'm just happy Tacklespot's cooperating with us this time. I'm pretty sure I tried to give shoutouts last stream and it was not working. Let's see, very narrative, but it's very well done. Audio is good so far, mine. All right, perfect. I'm figuring controller, walking sim. So I got my controller here, and let me just. That's right. How I have it set up, I can't turn down the volume on my end, but that's fine. It's good. I can still hear everything. All right, we're gonna hit start, and we're gonna see what this is. Like I said, I don't know anything. Let's not use director's commentary. I feel like that'll spoil the experience. So, The Lighthouse. There's 4 chapters.
Dear Esther, I have lost track of how long I have been here and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me. I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
Ooh. Hey Josh, how are you? Welcome in. We just kind of got over what we're talking about, what we're doing tonight. We're gonna start with some Dear Esther, and I have a couple of other short games to play through. And I've never played through this, but I'm liking the atmosphere already. It's very melancholic. Oh, let's see. Oh, we can zoom in. That's it. Okay, every button is just zoom in. Okay, got it. Whoa, that toilet's filthy. Yeah, from my understanding is it's more of a walking simulator kind of deal. But I'm always down for some story no matter what the medium it's told in. Paint? What is that? It doesn't look like it's trying to be like a map or anything like that. Glyphs, maybe? It almost looks kind of like molecules? Like doing anatomic modeling? I'm sure that's not what it is, but interesting. I guess we go. Oh, there's more to this building here. Yeah, see, it was thinking it looks like molecular diagram. I can't tell you what, because I haven't done anything with science in a long time. There's a lot more paint here. This is a lot of paint. Luminous paint premium. That's a lot of paint. I guess we'll keep going along the coast. Let's go down. So you don't recognize what that is, but you remember from chemistry. Ooh. I like the sound design, like the wind is very, it feels windy without feeling wind. Audio design in gaming is so important. You can do so much with the right audio. What is that? That's just trash? Yeah, it's just trash. This is why you recycle, people, and don't throw trash in the ocean when you're at the beach, please. What is that? Traps? Fishing traps? Crab traps? Doesn't look like there. Oh, there's stairs.
At night, you can see the lights sometimes from a passing tanker or trawler. From up on the cliffs, they are mundane. But down here, they fugue into ambiguity. For instance, I cannot readily tell if they belong above or below the waves. The distinction now seems banal. Why not everything and all at once? There's nothing better to do here than indulge in contradictions whilst waiting for the fabric of life to unravel.
What was that? I didn't think it was gonna let me in the water, but what was that? I didn't like what was going on there. What was that? Can... Oh, okay. It looks like it's just you're underwater, you're drowning kind of things. I thought it was making like shapes and stuff, and I was like, what is that? What are we seeing? And like, are we dead? I don't know. I get the feeling that we're dead. Wait a minute. I didn't notice there's a path behind these rocks. This is really pretty. When did this come out? It's aged very well, graphically and sound-wise. Trying to see if we can see anything off in the distance, ever. Ooh, what is this? Drawings in the sand? Getting food off the porch, swapping a PC, BRB. Alright, thanks, Annie. See you in a bit. What is this? This looks like... What is this trying to depict? I'm just seeing a boat. I'm just seeing a boat with a little sail. I'm sure that's not what it is. I'm just curious, if anything. Let's continue. Maybe it'll make sense in time. It's getting pretty rocky. That wind's picking up too.
I have found the ship's manifest, crumpled and waterlogged under a stash of paint cans. It tells me that along with this present cargo, there was a large quantity of antacid yogurt bound for the European market. It must have washed out to sea. God knows there are no longer gulls or goats here to eat it.
Is this going into a cave? Let's see. Can we get on top of these rocks in any fashion? We force our way up the rocks. This just out to sea. Can we go around the rocks? Nope, that's going under. That's going under. We can't go that way. Okay, I guess we're going down the creepy chasm. Let's see. Unless we can, nope, yeah, no, okay. Can't tell if this is a dead end or if it's going like into a cave. I can't really tell. Oh, okay. We can't go in there. Okay, going back. I didn't want to go in there anyways. Guess we'll go back to the stairs. So we came here looking for something that was taken from a ship's manifest or went missing. There's probably not gonna be too much commentary over this because I want to make sure you guys get the good audio design. You can actually hear the waves and the wind and the music when it's there and everything. Hopefully it's coming through really good on your guys' end. Is that a lighthouse? Yeah, definitely. Definitely a lighthouse. Oh, no. Can we get around? No, nope, nope, nope. Okay, can't go that way. We'll continue up the path. Barbed wire. Why would you have fences with barbed wire? Like on a fence here. Shouldn't this just be to prevent people from falling down? Why would you have like barbed wire?
Donnelly's book had not been taken out from the library since 1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out. If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
Yeah, that's 100%. That's barbed wire. It looks like barbed wire, anyways, to me. Okay, back. Sorry. Oh, welcome back, Annie. I'm just questioning why there's barbed wire fencing there instead of something, you know, more just to stop people from tumbling off the cliff. Why would there be barbed wire?
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this: to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
So do we live here alone on this island? Or are we dead? I'm not convinced we're not dead. And haunting the island. But is that looks like yeah, that's like a circle of stones. We can get a better look from here. Never liked circles of stones. They always look very ominous for whatever reason. To me, anyways. Oop, barbed wire.
I quote directly: a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
You agree with which part, Annie? I don't remember what I said to be agreed with. About the circle of stones or the barbed wire? Circle of stones they are ominous. That looks like a cave. There's water running out of there. The Pirate Cove.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
You know, this makes me want to play The Vanishing of Ethan Carter again. Is that a radio? I could have sworn I just heard like radio interference-y kind of sounds. Alright, we'll go into the cave. I don't want to go into the cave.
Seer, this distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why? Asked the farmers. Why? Asked Jakobsen. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted?
Ooh, if you've never heard of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, if you like this, you will probably like that. It's a very similar experience, except it also includes like reconstructing events using kind of like psychic powers almost. But it's very similar, where it's just a lot of storytelling, a lot of voiceover delivering things as you're just exploring like a vacant island trying to figure out what happened. It is definitely on Steam. I do have it on Steam, so it is there. What's that? Cthulhu? That Papa Thulu? Painting of Papa Thulu? Yeah, that looks like an eye opening into the sky. A tear opening and an eye staring at us. That's the same molecular like structure again, right? That's the same thing that was painted in like the boathouse. I don't like this. Mr. Narrator, you don't have anything to say about this? They all have like that same kind of like ripple thing going on there. Some elder gods type thing going on. Could be. We always like elder god stuff, right? I really am loving this score. Big time. And then beeping in the distance, what does that look like? A radio tower? Doesn't look like it's on the island. Maybe that's kind of where like the mainland is, maybe? But that definitely looks like a radio tower type of deal. See, the music in the game is phenomenal. I feel like the graphics are super well done too. It's just a gorgeous game all around. Oh yeah, definitely. It's... Do you know when this came out? Because it's definitely held up in those regards.
The vegetation here has fossilized from the roots up. To think they once grazed animals here, the remnants of occupation being evidence to that. It is all sick to death. The water is too polluted for the fish. The sky is too thin for the birds, and the soil is cut with the bones of hermits and shepherds. I've heard it said that human ashes make great fertilizer, that we could sow a forest from all that is left of your hips and ribcage, with enough left over to thicken the air and repopulate the bay.
That's grim, but I mean, we are just, you know, animals, creatures made from the same parts as everything else, so. We destroy things more than we help things when in regards to nature and all that stuff, but that's everybody knows that. Was that a book? That's a book. Can I has a book? No? I can't read out the text on it. What's that? Like a creaking sound. There shouldn't be a creaking sound next to a bunch of rocks. Let's see what's in this direction. Okay, this is above the... Okay, is that a tire? That looks like a tire. There's nothing wrong with a good walking simulator. Just a different way to tell a story, you know? Just like there's nothing wrong with reading books. Sometimes you just like interactive stories. And you can definitely tell different types of stories in this type of medium. That's steep. I guess we can go down here. Ooh, loading. Achievement unlocked.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turnoff for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rearview mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
I feel too like the ambient sounds really help. They do. Oh, is that a bleeping light? Ooh, there's like a structure down there. Some kind of like... Doesn't look like just like a village. We'll go that way. I'm trying to follow if the narration's representing two different people or if it's the same person.
Login accepted.
What was that? Oh yeah. Hey Velociraptor, hi Pete. Thank you for 2 months. I appreciate you. Enjoy continuing your, you know, sub sounds and your no ads and your emotes and your exclusive channel on the Discord, which I don't think, if you're not on the Discord, you should join the Discord. But you can check out if you type in !Discord. And to check out your sub sounds, you can type in !Sub sounds. There's more than one now. Thanks, Annie. Oh, this is a ship. It's a crash. Okay, it's a crash cargo ship. That's what it is. How did I know that would be the first thing I was gonna hear is when I said that? You can blame our lovely friend Pat for that. I'll make sure to thank him later. There's a box. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Just more boxes, okay. So yeah, so this, I thought this looked like a village or something in the distance, but it's definitely a crashed cargo container. Like a cargo ship. And that's a buoy light. Hearing the metal rattling. I don't like the like chains jangling sounds. Can we get more into the ship here? I still don't like that, you know, that circle of stones with the book in the middle, like. That just seems like summoning evil to me. Doesn't look like we can get up to the ship as much as I would love to. Let's see if we can force our way up these rocks, but I don't think we can. No. It's probably good we can't go there. If we could, something would probably collapse, and if we're not already dead, we would be dead. Just summon Papa Tulu. It's fine, just summon Papa Tulu. Oh, it's a bush. I thought that looked like a cross.
It's only at night that this place makes any sluggish effort at life. You can see the buoy and the aerial. I've been taking to sleeping through the day in an attempt to resurrect myself. I can feel the last days drawing upon me. There's little point now in continuation. There must be something new to find here. Some nook or some cranny that offers a perspective worth clinging to. I've burnt my bridges. I've sunk my boats and watched them go to water.
Yeah, that was an interesting way to pronounce buoy. Wow, what why not? I have a dumb American accent and dialect. Yeehaw, America! Though I will say, I woke up yesterday being like, I just really want like the most not actually Chinese cuisine Chinese food. So I'm gonna order some today, I think. So if after Dear Esther we take a little bit of a break here, I will probably just be ordering food on my phone. Did I miss something? Because this is back the way we came. Oh, it looks like there's path more along the rocks out here. Maybe I missed that over there. Mukbang stream. No mukbang stream. Not yet. I can't do that anymore, man. Like I was just saying earlier that I had like bad reflux at the beginning of the week. That was like really messing with me because I ate too much greasy food for New Year's. I can't. If I eat too much junk, I literally
had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Eat my avocado. What was I saying? Yeah, if I eat too much junk, I actually just get sick. So I don't think we're gonna be doing a Chinese food mukbang. Thank you, Melanie. Avocado is cozy. Oh, here's more markings.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty bad at like piecing things together with some storytelling in this fashion, so I may be missing obvious things and not piecing things together as I'm pointing things out. Doesn't mean I know what I'm formulating anything that's coherent and makes sense in my head. It does match my shirt, actually, yeah. We got a lot of green going on here. Quick, don't chroma key me, I want to live. I appreciate that pretty much obviously the colors being used are very bleak, dismal type color palette, but then you have the flowers that are just like, they pop up and they stand out a lot amongst all the gray and brown. I don't like this giant hole.
Paul saw through his windscreen. Not Lot's wife looking over her shoulder, but a scar in the hillside, falling away to black forever.
Okay, if we were gonna summon Thulu, this is the hole where you summon Thulu. Can we jump in here? Should I try to fall down here? All right, here we go. You can. Oh, you can.
Come back.
Didn't like that. What do we do it again?
Come back.
Oh, okay. And let's stop jumping in the hole. Bad, Allie. Bad. This is your fault. Right? Isn't it like really warm in here for some reason?
Yeah.
I'm like, I opened the window and then I closed it and then I'm like immediately hot again. Oh, wow. House in the distance, a little shed over there. We'll check that out in a second. This is the way we came, correct? With the giant Cthulhu hole. Yeah, there's the Cthulhu hole. There's where we jumped in. But this is kind of. Oh no, that's not good. I slipped. Okay, time to go up to the house. I'm thinking I need a new mouse controller for the computer. The dead zone on this is pretty awful. I mean, this thing is ancient at this point. It's a Halo Reach, if you can see that. This is a Halo Reach edition Xbox 360 controller. That's just to tell you how old it is.
I've begun my ascent on the windless slope of the western side. The setting sun was an inflamed eye squeezing shut against the light shone in by the doctors. My neck is aching through constantly craning my head up to track the light of the aerial. I must look downwards, follow the path under the island to a new beginning.
What does this look like? Kind of like a... Can't tell if it's supposed to be like a storehouse or maybe like a stable. Maybe eventually it was a stable. Are these stone or tree? Looks like log. Yeah, it's definitely log. Why would there be like a pattern of log laid out like this? It doesn't make sense. I mean, unless it was trying to like separate out gardens or something, but that I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me. I bet if we could see it from the sky, we'd be seeing something I probably don't like.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either. Ran out, I didn't pick up a torch, but used the moonlight to read by. When I've pulled the last shreds of sense from it, I will throw Donnelly's book from the cliffs, and perhaps myself with it. Maybe it will wash back up through the caves and erupt from the spring when the rain comes, making its return to the hermit's cave. Perhaps it will be back on the table when I wake. I think I may have thrown it into the sea several times before.
The mug also has kind of like molecular blueprints or molecular designs or patterns on it. And the paint doesn't look like it's old. I mean, with looking at the condition of everything else, like the paint should be like incredibly weathered if it was not recent, you know? It's still pretty vibrant for what it is. I still don't know if I should be piecing things together yet. Don't like that. That's a steep drop. Let's not throw ourselves down there. We saw what happened last time we threw ourselves off the side of a cliff. Thanks, Allie. That looks like a cave.
He left his body to the medical school and was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing. The report is included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver, scrambling his organs like eggs on a plate. But enough definition remained for a cursory examination, and, as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stones. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit. Although its use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
Stan, talking about Donnelly.
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about Donnelly before, about with the kidney stones. Don't like that. So Jakobsen obviously froze to death, but it's not that they couldn't thaw his body. That's pretty cursed.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
I don't like that cave. I don't like those sounds either. This couldn't tell. It sounds almost like chanting or what I think it sounds like if an alien abducts you into their spaceship. Whatever, not good sounds. Definitely not good sounds. I also don't like this. Having a hard time seeing. I'm getting a massive glare right now. Well, let's go to the cave. Well, this is luggage. Luggage that fell down. But they were talking about he fell and injured his leg. Could this have been that? There's a lot of paper and a lot of books thrown about here. Ooh, we can actually kind of see. Aberdeen history. That's a map of a thing. It's the same map. It's the same book. Okay, a lot of the same book. A lot of the same book. Someone really likes that Aberdeen history. Alright, time to go to the cave. I don't really want to go in the cave, but we'll go in the cave. I also don't like the reverberation sounds coming through this chasm. It's okay. I have an avocado. I wonder if it was just an easy thing to duplicate the book or if there's supposed to be different volumes. Probably just an easy way to duplicate the book, I'd imagine. There's light coming from the cave. I also don't like that. There's light coming from this cave. Papatulu, are you here? Lit candles. Abacabo. 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 This is Papatulu's hole. This looks like Papatulu's hole. Okay, we're going in the hole.
Did Jakobsen crawl this far? Can I identify the scratches his nails ruined into the rocks? Am I following him cell for cell, inch for inch? Why did he turn back on himself and not carry through to the ascent?
I mean, I guarantee we're already dead because that fall should have killed the person and... I mean, it's given us some nice Papa Thulu's Hole. Yeah, Papa Thulu's Hole. I like how it's playing very like angelic kind of music, but I don't trust that. I mean, it is very pretty, I will give it that. I mean, this cavern looks like it will equally amaze you and kill you at the same time. Is that red? Is that just the texture thing?
I first saw him sat by the side of the road. I was waiting for you to be cut out of the wreckage. The car looked like it had been dropped from a great height. The guts of the engine spilled over the tarmac, like water underground.
They were talking about Jakobsen? There's the same like alchemical, not alchemical, but molecular pattern. A lot of scrawlings. See, I mean, that, I see that and I just see Papa Thulu, okay? That's a face. That's just a face. I mean, I'm looking at some of these. Some of these also kind of look like like circuits. But this is definitely an electrical circuit design here. Like they're, you know, showing transistors maybe. I haven't dealt with like electrical patterns or electrical like circuitry in a long time, but that definitely looks like that to me. Is the audio still doing okay as well? Because the game's sounding pretty loud for me right now. Let's check out this light. I thought them was skulls, but they're just rocks. Tiny bit loud. Okay. Let me tweak it downward a little bit. Alright, that should be a little bit better. Yeah, I thought these was skulls. They're just rocks. That's good. I don't really see a way. Oh, okay, on this side of the cavern. This just loops. I don't really see a path leading out of here. I can double back the way we came. Yeah, because this is just a endless circle. This is just a circle. Oh, I didn't realize this was like a split path. Which way did we come from? I'm thinking this is where we go. We're gonna go up. Ooh, that's feeling a little claustrophobic. That is very pretty. Oh, why are there so many giant holes? Do I jump down this one? Do we jump down this Thulu hole? All right, here we go. Wow, you actually sink when you're not moving. You rarely see that in games. That is really pretty though. This game is very pretty. I mean, look at the water. Like you said, this came out in 2012. Like that's some serious water physics and graphics. Like Look at that water. Actually, good idea. Stay hydrated. But seriously, look at that water. It's okay, avocado. So they brought Jakobsen's body into this cave. Oh, is this the, oh yeah, this is the other side of the Thulu hole. And the sound of the waterfall is very powerful. It's a powerful sound. What's that? It's that the blue light. Oh, just reflections on a rock. That's fine. Thought I heard multiple footsteps. There's also just like these paint splatters just on the wall. Mushroom. Ah, this also makes me want to play Penumbra, the Penumbra series again.
Traveling through my own body, following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I swallow fistfuls of painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the Ariel shining to me through the rocks.
This, I don't know. I feel like playing this. I feel like I'm playing through like a painting. Like all the scenes are just so beautiful. And have you ever heard of Penumbra? Penumbra is actually made by the developers that made the first Amnesia, The Dark Descent. It's kind of like an earlier game they made. I think it's a 3-game series, and it's pretty much you're going through as a character who's looking for. I mean, I'm trying to remember. You get like a letter to go like to the Arctic, and you're like in the Arctic, and you find like this facility in the Arctic, and it's like you're going through caves of snow, and there's monsters, and it very much reminds me of this, except with more spookies and more jump scares and actually like horror. Highly recommend it. It's older, so it's a little rough around the edges, but definitely good. Definitely good game. Is that more paint scrawls over there in the distance there? And there as well. Ooh, look at these crystals. Ooh, look at that shiny. Ooh, shiny. Thulu spikes. We call them Thulu spikes. And there's still more paint scrawls. Let's go down first. Is there anything here besides more paint scrawls? This looks like a dead end. Oh, actually, little. Yeah, that's just a dead end. Fight the current. Fight current. Go up, please. Is that a bucket? That's a bucket. Okay. Let's see, this company does at least a few others like this. Started Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. What I played of it was good too. Need to sit down and finish it. Stream. Stream. Stream it. I'd watch. It's really pushing up the like hills. It's like you feel it's like we're pushing up the hill. Ho oh. These are big. Okay. Now, stalagmites on the ground, stalactites on the ceiling. Do I got that right? Does that sound right? There's another tear in the sky. I don't like it. Ooh, whoa. Ooh. 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 Oh, we can't go up there. Ceiling, mic, ground. Yeah, okay.
When I was coming round from the operation, I remember the light they shone in my eyes to check for pupil contraction. It was like staring up at a moonlit sky from the bottom of a well. People moved at the summit, but I could not tell if you were one of them.
No. Is that I'm having a hard time figuring out what's quoting what. We go. Is there anything down here? Can we drown? Doesn't look like it. But I have a hard time trying to piece together the quotes. What's the guy who read Donnelly's journal and what's quotes from Donnelly's journal? Because it was talking about Donnelly having to go into surgery, right? Because of like kidney stones and things like that? Or am I mixing things up? Ooh, that's actually words. Behold, Damascus. Faken? Damascus versus Faken? Fallen. Behold, Damascus is fallen? Oh, that's a lot of scribble scrawls. That's... Behold, Damascus is taken? It could be fallen. I don't like the scribble scrawls. It's everywhere. It's definitely like circuit patterns and drawings of Papa Thulu and... Ooh, that's really cool. That's really cool. I don't like it, but it's really cool. Away from being a city. And it shall be a fungus? Fungus heap? I can't read that. Fungus heap? I don't think that's what it says. But fungus heap? Now this, I just keep saying this is giving me vibes for things. This is giving me vibes of the novel Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I just started to get overcome with like that. If anyone's read the novel or listened to it, I don't know if I'm the only one, but yeah, I don't like this. We're going down another hole. Nope. Okay. Ooh, these are like squiggly. Ooh, they're like, ooh, ooh. You're just sitting here for making a list of games and book suggestions. Well, I hope if you go through them, you enjoy them. But Annihilation here, I'll give it a quick pause for 1 second. I'll just tell you. So, Annihilation is a 3-book series, pretty much about it's a future setting where there's an area known as Area X that's completely mysterious. Anything that goes in doesn't come out, kind of thing. And there's like a tower, and it's just about a group of scientists being sent there and their experiences and whatnot in Area X and exploring it. I like it a lot. I liked it a whole lot. I believe there's a movie adaptation as well of the first book, which I haven't watched yet, but it's on my list too. That is so pretty. Back into the hole. Excuse me? Excusey? Excusey me? Come again? Hello? What was that? Oh, but check out that, like, this waterfall physics. It actually, like, dumps us down to the ground when we go under it. Well, I thought it did. Never mind. Oh, hi, Tarbun. Good evening to you. How are you doing? You're just coming into maybe more towards the end of Dear Esther here? And I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. So many cute emotes in the chat right now. Also, I have an avocado. Just forgot to let you know. Should I make an avocado emote? I need ideas for emotes. Should we make avocado emote? We could make avocado. Yes, avocado emote. Okay. Avocado emote. Avocado emote. Oh, Janik, hi. How are you? Thanks for coming in. How are you doing today? Did you also see avocado? Who did this? I also have a POW. And I also have a ding 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 bell. And I got a squishy cloud. I'm just showing off all my toys. Okay, leave me alone. I also have a squishy pig. He's kind of dirty and gross though. I need to like wash him or something.
No, it's fine.
Okay, is that the moon? Oh, that's pretty. I like that. I really like that. Come here, look at this. You'll appreciate. Look at the prettiness. Isn't that a pretty scene?
Nice.
Yeah. It is a cave in a movie. And it's a tent.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. You,
Oh, there's candles.
you probably would enjoy this game. I think she says hello. She says hello back. I really like that moon though. It's very bright and vibrant off in the distance.
I wish I could have known Donnelly in this place. We would have had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I? Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed the museum under the sea? Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters? Who erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
The actual paintbrush. What is this? Those photographs? Yeah, those are photographs.
Assemble our own version of the North Shore. We will scrawl in dead languages and electrical diagrams and hide them away for future theologians to muse and mumble over. We will send a letter to Esther Donnelly and demand her answer. We will mix the paint with ashes and tarmac and the glow from our infections. We will paint a moon over the Sanford Junction and blue lights falling like stars along the hard shoulder.
Is that a person? That's a person. Also, I didn't piece together Esther Donnelly. Thank you for the hydrate. That's definitely a person up on the cliff there, right? 100%. What's this? Oh, that's obviously medical equipment and a I forget what the device is actually called. No, we'll get away from that. It's like a clear. I forget what it's called. Defibrillator. Thank you, defibrillator.
Clear.
I knew those peoples would be dead. Yeah, still more molecular structures. Metamorphine. Is this gonna be another hole we jump down? No, wait, what is this? Scrap? Car? Car doors? Was there like a car accident or something? Because this feels like memories seeping through kind of deal right now.
Paul by the roadside, by the exit for Damascus, all ticking and cooled, all feathers and remorse, all of these signals routed like traffic through the circuit diagrams of our guts, those badly written boats torn bottomless in the swells, washing us forever ashore.
So has everything we've actually been seeing here just been like a metaphor? What does this say? A light from heaven shone around him. Lurk and play some games with brother. Alright, enjoy it, Tarbon. I hope you have a good time. Hope you're playing some fun stuff. If they're competitive, I hope you beat them up big time. It's a really corny love letter.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
I'll be flashing. All right. Thanks, Janik. Thank you for stopping in. Happy to see you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the crowd. Fell to the ground. Eggs? I had eggs for breakfast. Oh, we can go over there. I thought we were just gonna walk out into the sea. But no, there's a path up towards where we saw that person. Well, the scroll is all up like the side of the mountain as well. Oh yeah, that path with the scribbles on the wall, Annihilation. 100% Annihilation vibes.
When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they resuscitated him by hitting him in the chest with stones gathered by the roadside. He was lifeless for 21 minutes, certainly long enough for the oxygen levels in his brain to have decreased and caused hallucinations and delusions of transcendence. I'm running out of painkillers, and the moon has become almost unbearably bright.
Oh, is this all just like a death fever dream? Is that what's happening? Oh, point of no return there. We just hopped down.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and casts parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
And as he was proceeding on his journey, I have to get closer to read the rest of that. It's too far off. We got an achievement, Man of the Rocks. Whereas the beginning half of this, I was just like, ooh, this is so pretty. Now I'm just like, what does it all mean? Which interpretation is the right interpretation? What does this say? And has come near to Damascus. And he...
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
It was 3 days with 3 days without sight, and neither did he eat nor drink. We're dead, aren't we? Said at the beginning we were dead. I thought we were dead for different reasons, but no, I think we're dead for different reasons. Are we going slower?
Bent back like a nail, like a hangnail, like a drowning man clung onto the wheel, drunk and spiraled, washed onto the lost shore under a moon as fractured as a shattered wing. We cleave, we are flight and suspended, these wretched painkillers, this form inconstant. I will take flight, I will take flight.
That is a pretty view. I just want that to be like my wallpaper. Welcome back, Annie. I'm thoroughly confused and trying to process everything, so thanks for that. It came to pass that as made my journey and was come something Damascus, can't read it. My current brain thoughts right now is that this is some kind of like fever dream of a dying person. That's where I'm at right now. We'll see if things change. That's where I'm at right now. Ooh, more scribbles. It's hard to read. I could not. Oh, it's the same. It's the same repeating. I could not see. Oh wait, no, it's not.
He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. He had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jakobsen back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
Because I know that obviously they're talking about car stuff, and I know the M5 is a highway in UK, right? M5? I'm pretty sure that's the case. Don't know if it's, let's say that, you know, Great Britain in general, I don't know if it's everywhere, if it's just in the UK, but I don't know particularly where the M5 is, but that I think that's gonna be like a motorway or something. I like how the wind's picking up big time. I feel like I may blow away off my chair. Like seriously, it's very, the sound design of this is amazing.
I have run out of places to climb. I will abandon this body and take to the air.
Oh.
Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Wow. Okay, so I need a moment to kind of process. Half paying attention, I was half saying, oh, because I thought we were jumping toward death. Oh, I mean, I mean, it was tough. It's tough for me to follow. I guess my main question is the perspective the letters are written from. I'm unclear whom the person was. You know, at least in my mind, what I take from this is there was Paul Jacobson, who passed away or killed in some fashion, and whoever was the writer of the letters. I don't know if it was supposed to be Donnelly, who was Esther's brother, decided to take his own life because of that as well. And the letters were to show that it wasn't like a drunk, or part of it, because it talked about kind of like it wasn't a drunk accident, it wasn't this, it wasn't that it was like premeditated and kind of on purpose. The accident on the motorway. That's what I take from it. And it's kind of like a suicide note. If it's supposed to be, the narration is from Donnelly's perspective writing the letters to Sister Esther Donnelly. That's how I take it. No idea if that's correct or not, but that's how I took that. I think the letters that are referenced were beforehand. I think it was kind of, you know, the person remembering the letters that they left behind to Sister Esther, and what we experience on the island is kind of like I was kind of saying, like a fever dream before the person, which I'm guessing Esther's brother Donnelly, because there's two Donnellys that are referenced throughout the letters. Esther Donnelly, and then Donnelly referred to as a he, which I'm assuming is a brother, could be a husband. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, could be a husband. I'm not sure, but I think whoever that Donnelly is, this was kind of like the fever dream as they're dying on the motorway, kind of. Esther's husband, let's see. So the narrator's Esther's husband, Donnelly, like charted the island in the past. Paul is the drunk driver, and Jacobson is someone from the past. So I think Donnelly and Jacobson are supposed to refer to the books, maybe. So you're thinking, so you're thinking the narrator is a fourth person. Esther's husband's a fourth person. Paul is drunk driver. But no, but when they talk about Paul, there was lines with a full name, I think. Wasn't there Paul Jacobson? Wasn't that the full name? I will definitely be looking up different interpretations of this after this, because I had thought they were talking when, because there were a couple times when they did full names. There was definitely Esther Donnelly, and then there was a Donnelly talked about as being a he, with the narrator. There was kind of some confusion of, did I make this? Did Donnelly make this? Kind of almost seeming like there was type of a dual identity kind of thing going on, to kind of tell, well, is the narrator Donnelly? Is it not Donnelly? And then in the end kind of meld that together. And I believe they referred to Paul Jacobson at one point as like a full thing. I don't know, because there were parts in the letter that were talking about that Donnelly, he wasn't drunk, he didn't go out with Jacobson and drink or things, something like that. I'm a little confused, which I guess, you know, I always appreciate that. I'm a big fan of stories that are open to interpretation like this. Wow, that's definitely an experience. I see why you wanted me to play this. I'm definitely gonna have to do some research after this though at some point, because I want to see what other people take from that, and kind of if I read the letters like back to back, I may piece some more together. Wait, that is interesting. I really like that though. I knew we were dead from the get-go. I said we were dead. It's okay, Avocado. You're felt. You can't die.